Welcome to the Daily Dish with Leanne Ely. This is a show about you, your life, and the vibrancy you want. Join us for daily motivation, wise women's tips, and more as we collectively gather together and move the needle in our lives, heart, mind, body, and soul. Now, here is your host, Leanne Ely, and the Daily Dish.
Having a little music there. Happy Monday! Yay, yay, yay! It's Motivational Monday. This week we're going to be talking about self-belief. I don't know about you. I could take a little bit of that. Denise, Catherine, Noreen, Helen. Lovely to see you. Diane, Nancy, Doris, Jackie. Gosh, this thing is going fast. Lynn is in the house. Carol is here. Who else did I see? I feel like I missed somebody. Did I miss somebody? Did I? Oh, Sarah, I missed you. Catherine, I missed you. Hello. Nancy. There it is. Cheers, my friend. Cheers, cheers. Monday. Yes, Flynn, it's Monday. I'm so glad you're here. And Tracy, Carol, it's so good to see you. Helen, thank you. I appreciate that. Tanya, Gracie. Goodness gracious. We're all in the house, aren't we? Hello, Ann. She just walked 2.4 miles. I think we should celebrate on that. Angela, good to have you here. Darla, I'm so glad you're here too. Gracie, Tanya, Andrea. I'm telling you, the party is beginning. Corliss is here as well. So nice to have you all here. This whole week, we're going to be talking about self-belief. I think that is a pivotal thing. I think it's foundational for all of us, isn't it? Hey, Jane, Carla. Of course it's foundational. How can you be vibrant if you don't have self-belief? We just can't. We just can't. Say hello to the dream team. They're also here. We've got Jenny, of course, is running the whole, let's call it the switchboard, shall we? Jenny's running the whole thing. We've got lovely Lindsay she's doing something over there. I just know that. And then we also have Amber, of course, is here helping out. We got all kinds of things. I'm going to kind of go, I think the way I'm going to talk to you about this is I'm going to kind of keep it in the calendar, so to speak. I think that might help. So let's go with that. How about that? Will that help? Doris, hello. All right. So this whole week, we are sprinting. And who is a sprinter? Pinkies up if you're sprinting and you're excited about that. I am sprinting, fasting so far today. Yay, let's go. Let's get it done. And if you're a sprinter, you know what that all means, right? That's what we want to know. It starts today. You can join a little late. It's okay. And you can even do 6 days and 5 days, but at least you're sprinting. We're doing it the whole 7 days, and it is fun. Look at all of my little pinkies up. You know what's good about it? It's a reset, and boy, does it bring you back to the basics of what it is that you want in your life. If you need to get a little refresher, if you want to go get the guide, remember it's 100% free. Go to savingdinner.com/sprint. It's never too late. And I really highly, highly, highly suggest that you get in on the challenges that we do as a group. There is a whole different energy, a whole different vibe there. We talked about high vibes last week. So get on it. Let's do this. All right. That's number one. The other thing that I have to tell you about is to get signed up for our gut webinar. We're doing this, I'm calling it the gut punch, because you know, a punch to the gut, how does that make you feel? Well, a lot of us are living with perpetual gut punches. A lot of us have all kinds of things going on because we've got leaky guts. And I'm going to get into that. And if you have an autoimmune disease, you've got a leaky gut. I promise you, you do. And even if you don't have something going on, whatever, even if you think everything is fine, if you pretend like it's not and you just go ahead with it anyway, you're going to want to do this. All you have to do is come to savingdinner.com/gut to save your seat. This is a free presentation. It really is a masterclass. I'm going to teach you exactly what it is that you need to do, what you need to be aware of, and what the new research is teaching us to go forward. Right on. Same here, Vanessa. I've got Hashimoto's. And you know, there are thousands of autoimmune conditions. If you have one, chances are you have a leaky gut, unless you've been aggressively trying to tackle it. So check that out. Don't forget, too, we have Q&A on Fridays, always on Fridays. So please send your questions into support@savingdinner.com. Question for Leanne on Friday goes right there in the subject line, and I will answer that for you on Friday, which will be a recording because I will be flying in the air. We are going to, we're going to Denver, Boulder, and we're going to see some friends. We're going to see family, and we're going to go skiing. And my son's flying in, and it's going to be fun. So I'm really excited about that. So that's what's happening this week. Meanwhile, we have our text messaging application. You know all about it, don't you? I know you do. I know you know all about your text messaging application that we have, because there's so much fun, and you always get a screaming deal. And you really need to get on it. And I'm telling you this right now. Do this right now as I'm speaking. Go to your text message app and do this. Type in this number where you would normally have a friend's name, right? 855-960-3720. And put the word join all in caps right there in the message part of it, right? We'll send you a message back, and you just need to confirm. Follow the directions. It's super simple. I hope you do that. I promise you, this is well worth it. I also want to tell you about this Thursday. We have coming up the webinar for the Hot Melt 30. You're going to want to be on that, because the Hot Melt 30 is going to begin on April 30th. This is where we take those 30 days. We add a couple of more things in there. We add a couple of more recipes in there. And we take these principles that you're learning this week, the Hot Melt Sprint, and turn it into a 30-day challenge. And let me tell you, this is fantastic. Can I tell you? This is fantastic. I will tell you, we have so many women who took this and ran with it. Tanya was one of them. And you know Tanya's success. It's just a way to get into this intuitive anti-inflammatory lifestyle that we so much purport. It's not part of the whole diet culture. It's not part of the carousel of crazy. This is so that you can live your life on your terms, intuitively eating the foods that are going to support the life that you want to live. Vibrant, wonderful. What do you think of that? Check it out, savingdinner.com/30. You can write it out. You can put numerically however you want to do, 30 or 30. It'll work. But get your seat. Also, we have a lot, right? Also, Full Bloom's coming up, and this is the virtual one. It's Saturday, 4/23. That is the April 23rd, all day long from 9 until 5. We have breaks in between and all of that. But boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, the details are coming, and it's all about making magic in your life. I'm going to tell you all about that. You just gotta be there. Am I right? Pinkies up if you've ever been to Full Bloom and you would recommend it. Just asking, yeah, do that for me. Just tell me that. And lastly, I don't want you to forget about Full Bloom in person. That's on Saturday, July 29th and the 30th. We're going to have we'll have all the details on this one as well. It's actually, we start with the VIP on the 28th. And it's the meet and greet. It's going to be on the boat because it's summer, and it's going to be here in my house. You want to know about that. So just make sure you mark out that calendar. Go get Asheville's the closest airport, but you can do Greenville, South Carolina, or you can do Charlotte as well. You can also start looking at getting some reservations and pulling your girls together and do it. Seriously, do it. Get that done now. Brevard is a very let's just say in the summertime, our population pretty much doubles. So get on that. Get on that. You're going to want to do this. It's going to be something. And I just can't wait. I need to meet you. I need to touch you. I need to hug you. I'm tired of this whole thing. In person. That's right. In person. Thank you to Diane, said that she has loved all the Full Blooms. I'm so glad. Thank you, Lynn. A worthwhile event. Lynn's already got her reservations. Yay. The last thing I have to tell you is the special of the week. Our special of the week is, are you ready? It's a multivitamin. Buy 3, get 1 free. This is a great multi for the whole family. And it's a really good formulation. My formulator did this. I just told him, you know what I want? I want something that everybody in the family can take. He said, I got just the thing. And he put this whole thing together, and it really is a good multivitamin. Heads up, for those of you who get a little flushed from B vitamins, that's the niacin. I get that way with this. Mark takes this one. I don't even take this one. He does, though. I get him to take this because I take so many others. I don't need a multi. I've already got my stuff together. So make sure that you're on that. Yay! Look at that. Lynn just ran out, so now she's going to get it. And here's our quote of the week. It always seems impossible until it's done. You know, Nelson Mandela changed the world because he changed his view of himself. He did. Can you imagine being in prison for that many years and losing hope? But he didn't. He didn't lose hope in himself. He did not lose hope in his country. He didn't lose hope in God. He had hope, and he believed in himself. And look what happened. He changed the world. He really did. And he brought so many things to the world's attention. I mean, he was something. Nelson Mandela. God rest his soul. And I think that is everything. The only other thing that I have to say is that your casino orders have mostly been processed. There might be 1 or 2 hanging back, but they've been delivered. So make sure you check for your delivery thingy. You know what I'm talking about. And but if you have any questions about that, remember, we don't do customer service on social media. We do it in the proper channels. So send an email to support@savingdinner.com if you have a question about yours. Okay, Sarah got hers this weekend. Yay, Sarah. I hope we got your swag right. You won something and you already had it, and so we kind of changed it up a little bit. So I hope we got that right. I don't even remember at this point. The other thing is all of our social media. Have you seen all my TikToks? I've been busy. You're not going to see all those TikToks anywhere else except on TikTok. So I've been having some fun with it. I've got a whole bunch of stuff in there. I got one little rant on there about some bimbo. Sorry. But you know, if you're going to call yourself a nutritionist and then you can't, identify what organs making bile in your body, just shut up, please. Please. Hold my earrings. I totally lost my, you know what, and just said, come on, time out. That's enough. So anyway, that was, yes. Yay. Sue got hers too. Everybody's getting yours. Great. Like I said, if you've got questions, you know the drill. Let's get on it. Also, tomorrow's show is going to be recorded as well. And I have all kinds of, it's personal reasons for that. But I promise you there will be a show because this week it is important. We are talking about the relief of belief. And I believe that it is a relief to finally believe in yourself. Because I have this, I see it in my mind's eye of when I started to believe in myself and how I flipped my life around. It is so crazy how, when you start to believe in yourself, how things start to change and how you see the world. You put on a whole different pair of glasses, different belief glasses, right? No, it's not rose-colored glasses. No, you're not just making, trying to play the glad game like Pollyanna did. It's a different thing because belief in yourself is also an acknowledgement, in my personal opinion, that you believe who you are because of who God is. He made you, If we understand the fearfully and wonderfully made part, if we understand on purpose and for purpose, then how can we not believe in ourselves? And if you don't believe in yourself, who else is going to? If you're not going to believe in yourself, who else is going to pick that up for you? There's no one. Clue, there's no one. So let's get into this. Because I believe that belief in yourself solves a lot of problems. It really does. I also believe that not believing in yourself brings on a whole lot of problems. And you know what a lot of it is? We haven't even sat down to even think. do I believe in myself? Seriously, we haven't looked at it. We haven't examined it. We haven't felt it. We just kind of hobble along and hobble along and hobble along. And we're not doing this. We're not even realizing that sometimes we're sabotaging ourselves. There's a lot of self-sabotage there. And sometimes we're in this constant state of put down, put down, put down. And honestly, what does that accomplish? How does that help us? How does that create a belief in anything if we're constantly putting ourselves down? So I'm going to take us through this whole week to get to the place of that we finally feel the relief of having that belief in ourselves so that we can go forward and pursue vibrancy with everything that we've got. Got to believe in yourself first. Got to believe in yourself first. So belief is defined as, get this, an acceptance that a statement is true or something exists. It also means that trust, faith, or confidence in something or someone is part of the whole equation. I love this. Trust, faith, or confidence in someone. What if that someone is you? Do you have trust in yourself? Do you have faith in yourself? Do you have confidence in yourself that you can and you will be the woman that you want to be, the woman of your dreams, the queen of your own life even? What about that? So, and as I was thinking about this, and I remember a pinnacle moment in my life where things started to change for me. And it was back in probably the early 2000s, 2005, 2006, right around in there. And I remember a woman that I worked with, I was in a mastermind with her. And she told me, I believe in you. And I believe in what it is that you can do. I believe that you have the full capacity to do what it is that you want in your life. And it took me back a little bit because I never really thought about it. I never really thought about having belief in myself. I mean, I had a lot of negativity going on. I played the loop in my head. I had a lot of all of that stuff going on. But I really believe that when somebody says, you know what, I believe in you, you've got this, that's like winning the lottery in self-esteem. It is, because these people, this person is saying this to you. How does that make you feel? My goodness, if they're believing in me, why couldn't I believe in myself? Isn't this what I want in my life? Isn't this how we want it to go? And I will say this, and your amygdala is going to want to say, ooh, risky, ooh, no, don't, and all the rest of it. But your amygdala isn't in charge of the belief in yourself, by the way. It's not. Believe it or not. Our amygdalas do a lot of things, but this is not part of that. Your prefrontal cortex is where your belief system is created and disseminated, really, because it's a lot more of a complexity than fear is, which is what our amygdalas like to do. And so our prefrontal cortex gets all into this. And I think that's, by the way, I think that's a relief because it lets us know that we can think our way toward belief. We can think our way toward belief without fear. We don't need to fear believing in ourselves. We don't. Nothing's going to happen because we believe in ourselves. Everything's going to happen because we believe in ourselves. Did you see the difference in that? So I found the way to belief and believing in yourself to be many-pronged. And I have random thoughts here that aren't just like, and here's what you need to do. Just random things that have come, like tools from my tool chest of ways that brought me to this place of, yes, I believe in myself. Yes, I can do this. And yes, yes, yes. And some of these things are going to be really easy peasy. And some of them, I'm going to tell you, you're going to want to write it down. Okay? So can you do that with me? And by the way, if you're not getting our show notes, go to savingdinner.com. A little pop-up comes up. Sorry, I know it's annoying. Just fill it out and you will get immediately onto our list so that you can get the show notes the next day. Show notes are gold. And I feel like we do a really good job with them just because our whole thing is I want to support you. I want to support you. Jane, I love all the brain science too. The brain science is what turns me on so much because it's our biology, for heaven's sakes. And if we can play nice with our own biology and if we understand how things work, man, it's so much easier than fighting it, isn't it? And doesn't it make for just a happier life, a joy-filled life even, a life that we get up in the morning and just say, I just can't wait for today. It's going to be awesome. What about that? What about that? Nancy, you're so sweet. Yes, thanks, Lindsay. Lindsay does our show notes now, and she does a great job. Okay, so are you ready? You want to get into it? I've got 7 things for you, and I think they're all gold. I think they're all worth it. So let's get into what I would consider foundational principles for believing in yourself, which again, in turn, are foundational principles for getting what you want in your life, which I know what it is. I know what it is. It's vibrancy and doing life on your terms. Amen? Pinkies up? All right, here we go. First of all, limitations are self-imposed. Limitations are self-imposed, and I am going to go with you. Oh, thanks for that, Jean, but cool. All right. Limitations are self-imposed. They are self-imposed. Think about this. Nick Vujicic, I can't say his name. You've probably seen him on a TED Talk. You've probably seen him on something. Here's the deal with all of this. He was born without arms and legs. And you've probably seen, he's absolutely inspirational. I mean, you can't help but be inspired when you see him. You know why? He's so full of love. He's so full of joy. He's so full of success. There was a time in his life where he wanted to kill himself. He didn't want to live anymore. He said, what purpose do I have like this? Born without arms, born without legs. Do you know what he did? He turned it around. And you know what he says? He himself says, you know what the turning point was for him? Believing in himself. Understanding that he's here on purpose and for purpose. And yes, fearfully and wonderfully made in the image of his creator, even without the arms and legs. And now he inspires millions. I'm so glad Jenny typed it out. That's how you spell his name if you're wondering how. So check it out. If you ever want to watch any of his videos, it'll put chills up and down your spine. On purpose and for purpose, y'all. No limitations. Limitations are self-imposed. They are. We can choose how we see them. We can choose what we do with them. We can choose and make a decision about them. Nick made a decision about not having arms and legs. Nick made a decision. How can I inspire people? Nick made a decision to live a high vibe life. And he is, and he has, and he will continue to do so. Nick is turning people's lives around simply by being who he is. Incredible. Incredible. That, my friend, is a contrast that we need to be looking at. It is a contrast. Because here we are moping around with arms and legs. I can't. It's too hard. I'm overwhelmed. I'm on the struggle bus. Blah, 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 blah. And whining like a 3-year-old when you've got a man, no arms, no legs, saying, okay, what's next? Because he believes in himself. Are you going to start believing in yourself? If you are created by God himself, if you've been given that magnificent brain of yours, if you've been given everything that you have, what is holding you back? And if you made a decision that you're not worth the time and that you don't believe in yourself and what have you, don't you think you ought to take a look at that again when you contrast yourself against this magnificent man, Nick, who's changing people's lives? What kind of an impact are you going to have on the world when you change your mind on this? 2, confidence is the fruit of self-belief. We have to believe in ourselves. We just do. You have to have the confidence that you're enough. Like Nick did, no arms and legs. He's enough without the legs. He's enough without the arms. He's enough without the arms and legs. He believes in himself. You can, you will, and you do if you choose. Christine Diarco, I can't ever say her name. I put one of her quotes in she's one of my favorite Peloton instructor. And today I did one of her rides before work. And I'm going to tell you what, this woman always inspires me, because it's not about our limits. It's about our abilities. What are you going to focus on? And our beliefs shift when our focus shifts. And confidence is the fruit of that self-belief. It's amazing. And I believe with all of my heart, are you ready? You want to write this one down? Life is always working out on my behalf. Life is always working out for me on my behalf. Do you believe that? Do you believe that? I believe that with all of my heart. All of my heart. And number 3, here's something that I learned, oh gosh, I don't know, probably 10 years ago. And it made a huge difference because I found somebody called me out. I had somebody, a dear friend of mine, who called me out because they'd say something and I'd say, yeah, but blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but I always had the yeah, but ready to go because I wanted to make the case. It's just hopeless. I wanted to make a case. Why? This is not the court of life, is it? But for whatever reason, I just wanted to say, yeah, but you don't, it's my genes, it's my upbringing, it's my, my age, it's my this, it's my that. I have all these reasons. So you know what I learned to do after I got called out by that? I started saying and instead of but. Try that. So, give me a limitation. Give me a limitation and we'll do it. Like, but you can't, yeah, I can't do that because, but I'll try. How about, yeah, I have never done that and I'm going to try. Can you see the difference in that? And means possibility, but means, well, there's my little hidden excuse. What if we tried that for a minute, especially if yeah, but has been kind of your knee-jerk reaction to when somebody comes along to you. I find it now so it's almost repulsive to me, and that's not the right word, but I just like no. When I hear that, if I hear it from one of my kids' mouths or whatever, nope. And let's do and instead. And not but. But's a way out. The other two statements that I have, and you've heard me say this one before, 2 statements to start on when we start to think that the world is closing in on us because we don't have the belief in ourselves. Check this one. What if, this is the good kind, not what if the sky falls? We're not talking about Henny Penny running around saying the sky is falling. No. What we're talking about here is opening the door to possibilities. Always think about that door. Remember, that door, it's a great big door, but those little hinges are the things that swing it. And one of those hinges names are what if. What if I did it? What if I was successful? What if I actually had the guts to pick up the phone and to call and to say, hey, what's up? What if I sent that email? What if I took a chance and went to the gym? What if I took on the sprint like it's everything and did it full out? What if I did that instead of sit back and go get fearful? What if I did that? And then the next one is, can you imagine? Can you imagine if I did this? Can you imagine if I accomplished this? Can you imagine what it's going to be like? Can you imagine living in this house, having this wonderful boat, and having all of the lovelies here for full bloom? Can you imagine? Yeah, I can imagine. I made a date for it. That's living in the world of possibilities. That's living in endless world of possibilities. That's vibrancy, capital V. That's what happens with that. Number 4 is, guess what? You're going to love this one. You Inspire yourself. In other words, you're not just sitting there on the couch waiting for something to come along and inspire you. Instead, you look for the inspiration. You got your quotes going. You've got books that you're reading. You're inquisitive and curious and excited about your life because you've made a decision to just flip that switch and do it. You're working on yourself. You're working on your attitude. You're getting your morning and your evening rituals accomplished. You're seeing that being present in your life is actually an inspiration unto yourself. Can you imagine? What if you did that, by the way, speaking of those phrases? What if you just did that and decide, I'm going to be my own inspiration? You know, of course, we all have inspiration. I have vision boards with inspiration on. I've got inspirational quotes everywhere. I read inspirational books. I do all of that. But pushing myself and saying, I'm going to inspire myself. What am I going to do with that? Watch me do this. Watch me break my PR on the bike. Watch me do this. Watch me lift a heavier weight. Watch me. And I'm not saying to you, watch me. I'm saying that to myself. Watch me. Can you imagine? Right, Lucy? Can you imagine? Yes. Can you imagine? The belief in yourself is the driver to get going in the right direction. Gracie, yes. What if I speak up for myself? Yes, ma'am. What if you did? You know, and I will tell you, we live in a free country. Nobody's going to come out of the walls with AK-47s and saying, I'm sorry, you spoke up for yourself. Get up against the wall. We're going to arrest you for that. You can speak up for yourself. What if you did? What if you did? You'll be inspired. You'll be inspired and empowered. Number 5, I say this, you're a dancer. You know what that means? You're the kind of dancer who understands the art of the cha-cha. The cha-cha is 2 steps forward and 1 step back. You're not going to do this perfectly. You are going to be going back and forth and trying to figure and find your way through. Guess what? Everybody fails. Everybody has a place where you fall down. But if you get back up, you're going to find yourself being quite the dancer and quite astute on your feet. And I'm talking about the cha-cha. I'm not talking about performing for everyone else and hoping that you're people-pleasing everyone else to your imaginary audience. That'll hold you back. That'll put you down. That'll put you back in the box. That'll take away all of this idea of inspiring yourself to believe in yourself. We can't do that through that route. People pleasing is not going to do it. People pleasing is actually going to take all of this back and take you to the place where someone's thumb is on your head. So let's keep remembering that we are cha-cha dancers. Anyone? 1, 2, cha-cha-cha, and wiggle your hips as you do it. Put a little something into it. Number 6, negative thoughts have a counter thought. Even Willie Nelson gets this. Even Willie Nelson, of all people, gets this. He says, once you replace negative thoughts with positive ones, you'll start having positive results. Funny how that happens. Am I right? Just do it. And when you hear what you're hearing to yourself, get yourself a stack of 3x5 cards and start flipping those thoughts. This is how we build up a good and healthy conversation between our ears. What if we started doing that instead? It's an awesome idea. I want you to remember this, that when you say I can't, you are putting yourself on a dead-end street. Oh, yes, you can. Start flipping it. Stop saying I can't. Stop saying I'm overwhelmed. Stop saying I'm struggling. Stop saying all these things that put you in the place where it's perpetually building that little shell all around you, just keeping you in that same place. You want to grow? You want to become? You want to be the queen of your own life? This is what you do. Look for this and start getting rid of those negative thoughts and putting some positive ones in. And lastly, your attitude should be Winston Churchill's. You know what he said? Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. Look for the good. Look for the positivity. Look for the helpers, like Mr. Rogers said. Look for the things that are good in this world. There's a lot of negative stuff out there, you know. Maybe you want to turn off the news. Just a thought. Maybe you want to get off social media for a little bit. Maybe you want to start investing your time in yourself and in your well-being and in your life. You are worth every minute that you do this. I'm going to tell you right now, believing in yourself is your ticket to the place called vibrancy. You ready to go there with me? We're going to be doing this all this week, and I'm really excited about this topic. Thanks for joining me today. I really, really appreciate you. And I know that you don't have to be here, but you show up, and it just means the world to me. You have no idea. I appreciate you so much. I will see you. Is there anything going on tonight? No. I will see you tomorrow for Transformational Tip Tuesday. Peace be with you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. Check back for new episodes. If you missed the live show, you can always watch the replay. You can find Saving Dinner on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Until next time, pinkies up.